Episode 34. Today we're talking about the importance of education. And one of the very important things when it comes to education is I think education is synonymous with like college, right? Like if you talk to most people about like education and learning and like becoming very good at something, it's synonymous with like college. But that's not the only uh, way of securing or obtaining knowledge, right? Which we'll talk about a little further along in the episode. But basically, just talking about the importance of education, man. I think education is really the foundation of all things. You know, the more you know about anything, the better you understand it, the better you can explain it, the better you can improve it, or find flaws in it, like whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? The more you know about something, the more knowledgeable you are, the more control and power I believe you have, right?
Absolutely.
So with all that, welcome to Keep It Thorough. It's your boy E Double.
Yeah. What's good, good people? Your boy Cedric Lavelle, and another good episode. Another week of being consistent with content, continuing to grow, continuing to elevate ourselves in knowledge and understanding. And yeah, like he said, man, it's going to be a good topic. The importance of education. We both have our own personal experiences as it relates to furthering our education beyond just 4 years of school, whether it be through undergrad, whether it be through graduate programs. So even through other additional platforms that we may have utilized to further our careers and grow an understanding of certain interests that we may have as it relates to our business and as our careers. But yeah, man, I'm excited about this particular episode to share some of the insight that we've gathered with putting these slides together. So yeah, bro, let's hop into it.
So best stand in the know. Why growth matters, man. Why does growth matter? Said
growth is important. Obviously, like he was just saying, man, like whenever it comes to education and just simply wanting to improve in a career role, or wanting to further your knowledge on a particular subject or a topic, or just wanting to grow personally, professionally, physically, educating yourself goes a long way and growing in those areas, right? With education, it's basically like the water that's being poured onto the seed, right? You had this idea about something that you wanted to do, whether it be starting a business, whether it be taking a course, or whatever the case may be. Education is what's going to get you there. Educating yourself on that topic, educating yourself on that subject, wanting to learn more, wanting to understand more, building best practices around that idea, is what's going to allow you to grow and have that leverage. So growth matters because it simply just gives you that advantage that you need. It benefits you from a perspective of insight and of information, right? And so basically what you can offer, the more that you know, the more that you can offer. And in addition to that, the more that you know, the more opportunities are presented to you, right? And so when someone knows that you are an individual who's very knowledgeable of something, if they call you an expert, or if they just call you a strategist, or whatever term that they want to use, they know that you are the go-to person because you can provide all the information, the insight, the ideas that they need, right? And then in addition to that, that just creates the leverage that allows you to grow your brand. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the brand from your business or your personal brand, it allows you to grow within that particular capacity. So just really understanding the importance of educating yourself, and how educating yourself really allows you to blossom into something, you know what I'm saying, if you will. Like it really just feeds those branches, and now not only do you know something in this area, you know something in this area, you know something in this area, and it allows you just to continue to just build on the knowledge and the understanding that you grow and that you gain from something, you know what I'm saying? Because like, as we always say, with education, it's becoming a lifelong learner, you know what I mean? And as you go through life, the more that you know, the more that you can grow. You know what I'm saying? And with that growth comes an understanding. With that growth comes the progress. With that growth comes fulfilling your potential and tapping into all these unlimited possibilities, you know what I mean, that are ahead of you. So that's why growth matters. You know what I'm saying? Growth helps and impacts the things that you can offer, but it also helps in areas of opportunities, whether it's, you know, progressing or improving your performance as well too.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. And something else that's listed here too is the importance of education and how it goes beyond just the 4 years of, you know, your 4 years of high school, right?
Right.
It says you breaking up, man. You got Android vibes going on right now. And
Man,
you know I'm smart. I know all
don't do
Androids ain't
that.
right.
Don't do my device. I'm good now. Is it still breaking up?
Yeah, it's like I can hear you, like your talk, but like your video, like real choppy. Um, but yeah, education and the importance and how it goes beyond just 4 years of high school, right? Like I think a lot of people look forward to that, like, oh, I'm done with school. Or even if they go to college, they're like, oh, I'm done with school, and like so happy about that. Where it's like learning really honestly never should stop. Like it's literally like a lifelong thing. Like you should be pursuing knowledge and education for, you know, your entire life to continue to grow and learn and embrace things, you know what I mean? So just wanted to touch on that piece too, which, you know, you want to continue to grow, you know, which
Right.
that's why growth matters, because you want to continue to grow. And the more you grow, the better person you become on many different levels, whether personal, professional, spouse, business partner, father, husband, you know,
The list
whatever, you know
goes
what I mean?
on.
The more
Yeah,
you learn, the more you grow. You know, it allows you to improve in various areas.
absolutely.
So moving on to the next one. What, right? So finding what works, how to create more leverage. So I touched on this a little earlier when we kind of first did the little introduction, right? Education is often associated with school, right? And college is a great tool that can improve your education, but it's not the only option. And now I want to be very clear about this, right? I'm actually an advocate for higher learning, right? I'm actually I would never try to talk someone out of pursuing college. My views when I was younger was that I didn't need college, right? And if I'm being 100% honest with you, even though I went to college, graduated, got a bachelor's degree, I still don't think I necessarily needed college. Now I'd be lying to you if I said it did not help me tremendously in my career path, though, right? It gave me a leg up. Now there's individuals that I work with throughout my various you know, positions that I've held in tech where people didn't have a college degree. You know what I mean? But for most people, I think college actually is the right path, as long as you have a clear understanding of what it is you're trying to do and what you want to learn, right? Because it teaches you different ways of learning. It teaches you critical thinking. It kind of points you in a particular direction. Now, if you have a very clear understanding of what it is you want to do when you're starting a business, you know, out of high school, or say, you know, if you would go to trade school, which is kind of a lost art, there's tons of money being made in trades, so like plumbing, electrical, um, you know, framing, construction, mechanics.
Right.
Those are trades that are going nowhere, that pay very well. And if you're actually, you know, one of the top ones in those fields, you can make crazy amounts of money. But yeah, so besides college, right? You know, trade school is a way you can you know, educate yourself and continue to grow your mind. Reading, right? Which honestly, I think reading is probably one of the best, and no matter what it is you do in life or whatever path you choose for continuing to educate yourself, reading should be something that you add to your tool belt, because it's going to
Absolutely.
help you significantly. Like when you go to school, there's a reason why you do book reports. There's a reason why they have you, you know, pretty much most of the information that you're consuming is through literature, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
reading is extremely important. And then another way to consume information and to continue to educate yourself is through like seminars. Now, when I talk about seminars, I think it's very important to be smart, right? Because there's a lot of get rich quick type schemes out there, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, oh, this person tells you you can make $100,000 in 6 months if you attend this seminar and do these 5 easy tricks. Like, I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'll give an example of what I'm referring to. So say for instance, you're looking to get into real estate, and there's you know, maybe a group that you belong to, like the Houston Association of Realtors, or whatever the case may be, and they hold seminars, right? And say some of them do involve a cost. Those are things that are worth it. You know what I mean? Because the organization that are holding them are legitimate. You don't just deal with them because of the seminars. There's other events, free events and whatnot. But those types of seminars where, you know, there may be a cost associated, but it's extremely beneficial because the people, the networking that you're going to do. And the next on my list, actually, that leads into networking. Networking is an awesome way to continue to learn, grow, and educate yourself, right? Surrounding yourself with individuals that are like-minded, but not yes man, right? Those who are going to challenge your views and your thoughts and try to help you be better, and where you can kind of do the same. Like, you learn a lot, right? Like, I've learned a lot working with Said, and I'm pretty sure Said's learned a lot working with me and my various business partners and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, you learn a lot from each other and you leverage each other's strengths. And then in those areas where they may be stronger than you learn from them, and you can kind of fill in those voids where y'all work even better, because now you can pick up some of his slack if he got some stuff going on, and vice versa, because you've learned about some of those things that you know the other person does very well. So networking is also very important and a great way to continue to educate, you know, and grow. And then how-to videos, right? You know, University of YouTube, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing the amount of information that's just out there now, right? And we really, and it's really kind of, it's upsetting to a certain degree as well, because in the world we live in now, information is readily available at your fingertips. Like information is more accessible than ever before, but it actually seems like people are becoming less intelligent. Like, because of that, it's like a catch-22. It's like, there's so much false information out there that's easily consumed just scrolling through like a through Facebook or Instagram, and there's no like validation. There's no fact checking. With some of the social media platforms are trying to implement, you know, fact checks and remove content and whatnot, but there's a lot of false and misleading information out there. But at the same token, if you actually go take 2 minutes to go actually validate something, or go figure, you know, go look something up, you can find the answers. You can, you know what I mean, you can get the correct information. But yeah, and then aside from that, depending on your specialty, right? Like, I'm in tech, so like some very good resources like Udemy or pluralsight.com, HackerRank, tons of different websites where, you know, both free and paid for, that are tremendous, that can upskill you extremely quickly, where you wouldn't need to go to college, where you can prepare to get certifications and, you know, various different things. So really the point, which is the title of this, is finding what works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Between all those various methods or paths for continued education and continuing to educate yourself, find what works for you, what you're more comfortable with. You know, some people like audiobook. Like, I'm not one of them. I can't do audiobooks. I can't just ride in the car and listen to somebody. Like, I like a tangible, physical. But you know, if audiobooks works for you, and while you driving to work, I don't know, say you commute an hour each day, 30 minutes home, 30 minutes work, 30 back, you know, do that. Listen to your audiobooks. You know, if you prefer physical copies reading like I do that. If you prefer reading on the internet, if you prefer watching videos, if you prefer getting out, mingling, interacting with people, you know, do that. Like, if you want to go the more traditional route and go to college, do that. If you you know, are interested in following the trade and pursuing, just do that. But at the end of the day, do something and find what works for you. And really, the impact, right? There are no limitations when learning becomes an adopted behavior. Find what supports your interests and grow with new information. And I think that's important. Find your interest, right? Don't chase the money. Do not chase the money, because you're going to be unhappy, and then you're not going to see it through. You're not going to be motivated the same. Like, find something that you're interested in, because then it's actually going to motivate you. Like, you're not doing it for other reasons than the fact that you truly enjoy it, and then the money will come. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. So moving on
Now,
to the next word.
I'm
Do you
gonna
got
touch
any?
on something real
Yeah,
quick,
my
bro.
bad. Go ahead, Sid.
No, you good? Because when you first started, you was talking about when you're going to college, knowing what you having an idea of what it is that you wanting to do, right? And I know just from personal experiences for me, how, you know, just even knowing students who really didn't know specifically what they were wanting to do when they got into college, right? And obviously that's another conversation when you talk about being prepared for college opportunities and what particular interest that you may have as you want to further your education. It's challenging a lot of times when you come out of your senior year and you're going into your, you know, to a 4-year school and not really understanding or aware of the opportunities that may be presented to you. I know for me personally, I got my undergrad in communication studies. Now, although I enjoyed the opportunity that was presented to me by taking that particular route, there were so many different other things that I learned about that interest me after I graduated, which is one of the reasons why I went and got an MBA. You know what I'm saying? And having the opportunity to learn and understand more about business, you know, and just having more insight. So this also goes into being a lifelong learner, always embracing education, because if an opportunity doesn't present itself within that 4 years, you know, you still have the opportunity to pivot even outside of that 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's going to a graduate school or taking a course or some sort of LinkedIn learning or whatever the case may be, some sort of certification that may be out there. You know, learning doesn't just stop when it comes to just a traditional education. Always just continue to embrace the idea of wanting to know more. And a lot of times that comes with just self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? Knowing more about yourself, knowing more about the things that interest you, that trigger you, things that you're passionate about, things that, you know, upset you, problems that you potentially want to solve in the world, certain things that you may want to create that may be beneficial to others. You know what I'm saying? So doing those things and really just having a better understanding of where you are in life and what interests you and what you're passionate about or what problems you want to solve, and then just going through these various different ways to create that leverage, right? Because the more you learn, the more leverage that you can create. You know what I'm saying? It's like the better understanding that you have of what it is that you feel that you've been called to do or purpose to do, it presents a better opportunity for you as you progress, because now you know in which direction that you're moving in. You know what I'm saying? You're not taking really a lot of missteps because everything is aligned with what your vision is and what you represent and what position that you want to be put in. You know what I mean?
Said, I think that brings up an interesting point too, right? Like, I don't think we get too many like 18 or 17, 16-year-olds that watch us, right? But for like the parents, or, you know, if you got a younger brother or sister or whatever the case may be, I think it's important to start having them think about what they want to do, right? And like putting it in their mind, right? Like, so I did I don't even know if I told you about this set, but my manager, this was maybe 6 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. He came to me and was like, hey, school I went to back in, I think it was in Michigan, like, you know, they want us to do like have some guest speakers and, you know, talk, you know, about tech, you know, and STEM and all that. And I did they were actually elementary school kids, and they asked me all these questions. And one of the things one of them asked me was like, well, when should I get started, right? Like, when, like, you know, when do I start? And like I told him right away, like, we'll start now. You know what I mean? Like, start playing around, you know, reading books, getting on you. They know YouTube. Them little, you know, them elementary school kids know how to hop on YouTube and watch videos. And I told them just to start now. And then the quicker you get started and the more you learn, the faster you'll be able to kind of pick a path and direction that you want to go, right? Which again goes back to the whole theme of this episode, right? The importance of education. Like the more you learn and know, the better you are equipped to make certain decisions, right? Like, so if
Absolutely.
you're interested in technology and you start learning more about technology, you're going to learn about the, you know, once you start pulling the layers back, you're going to start learning about the various areas and certain things that
Right.
may interest you more. And then, you know, you're going to naturally gravitate towards those things. And that's not just for tech. That's for, you know, whatever industry it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
It could be
like,
marketing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It could
right.
be a lot of different things from there. But yeah.
So like whatever the industry. So like I said, I don't think we get a lot of like high school age kids that like really watch us, but for those that watch and either have, you know, teenagers or, you know, maybe a teenage sibling or, you know, whatever the case may be, it's important to, you know, get in their brain. And now for those who are 18, 19, 20, like me, I didn't go back to, first off, I didn't graduate high school. Like y'all know that whole story. I'm sure we talked about it. Got my GED when I was like 22 and went back to college and got my 4-year degree. But for those who are looking to go to school now, or if you are 18, 19 and you don't know what you want to do, right? Then I honestly recommend like, okay, go to like a 2-year, you know what I mean, college, and just focus on, you know, obviously take your generals first and just try to find something that like kind of piques your interest, and then maybe transfer to like a university or you know, whatever the case may be. Because these student loans ain't cheap. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Them boys definitely rack up. So you don't want to just be in there taking classes that aren't gonna really serve you too well. You know what I mean? Like you want to make sure that you kind of know what it is that you want to do and what you want to pursue. But the faster you get started, the quicker you'll be able to make that. And I would say when I was in high school, I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about like what I want to major in. Like I was so focused on sports and playing sports, and that was like my main thought. You know what I mean?
Right.
So focus on, you know, okay, well, what do you want to do? Like, what is a career that interests you? You know what I mean? That really drives you. That like you'd be excited where it wouldn't feel like work. Or if you're going to be a business owner, which we talked about, because again, college is not a necessity. It's not. That's not the only way to grow and to you know to increase your knowledge. And even if you go to college, all of these things still apply because it doesn't stop there. You know what I mean? You
Absolutely.
still
Right.
have to continue to educate yourself. But I know very successful people, college degrees, no college degrees, whatever the case. Bottom line is continue to educate yourself in whatever way, which is why we was talking about finding what works, right? But said, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take it, upgrading your position.
For sure.
Go ahead and if you want to just, I guess, knock out the first three, I can knock out the last three, and then you can close out with the final thought.
There it is. So, all right. So upgrading your position. This is basically just advancement. You know what to do, or what opportunities can be presented to yourself as you pursue furthering your education and understanding the importance of education. So, one thing will be a better chance to scale your company. So, if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're looking to just grow your product line, or improve your services, or increase your service offerings, you know, the more that you learn in those areas, as we were saying, it creates more leverage. So having the opportunity to scale your company and build your company and be able to offer more things to your potential customers or clients or consumers, educating yourself gives you the ability to do that, because now you don't know something about one specific things, you know something about multiple things, and then those multiple things allow you to offer more products, allows you to offer more services. Now obviously you want to understand and know what it is that you're offering, because you don't want to under deliver and under promise something, but you do want to have an understanding of what it is that you're wanting to position to your target audience, right? And with an understanding of that, that allows you to scale your company. It allows you to offer more things that solve the problem that you're looking to impact, right? So then our next thing is the better chance to advance your career. And so anybody who's worked in a professional manner understands that if you want to grow within your career, anytime you're getting promoted, they're going to look at what you know. You know what I'm saying? What understanding do you have about business systems? What understanding that you have about operations, what understanding that you have about different aspects of the business, you know what I'm saying, and how you treat people and the relationships you go, all these different things. But the more you educate yourself, the better your opportunities are when it comes to being promoted, when it comes to advancing your career, because you know more. You've developed just a toolkit that allows you to be an asset. We had an
Yeah,
episode about this
way more
a
valuable.
while back. Yeah, you become way more valuable because you know a lot. You know what I'm saying? And when you know certain things, and not just know things, but you're able to effectively utilize and apply those things, right? Because what's the point of knowing something if you're not able to effectively utilize it and put it into action, right? So if you're able to put those things into action, you have the better opportunity, you have the leg up on anybody else, because it's like, okay, this person not only knows things, but they're able to effectively utilize it and implement it within this system. Yeah, let's advance them. Let's promote them to this next position, right? And so, or even if it's an opportunity that you're looking for outside of the company that you work for, right? The more that you know, the more that you can bolster your resume, the more things that you can put on there that you've accomplished and that you have, whether it be certification, whether it be different degrees or whatever it is, programs that you've completed, right? So understand the importance of education and betting on education is going to give you the chance to advance your career, right? And then the next thing will be starting a business. So we always talk about entrepreneurship on our lives, and just the opportunities that are presented whenever you start your business. And then also, just having business as a vehicle for investing, right? And so what that could do for you from a profitability standpoint, and growing your assets and your wealth. But starting a business, right? And the more that you know, the less riskier it is when it comes to starting a business. The more confidence that you may have as you pursue something that you may feel could be beneficial to somebody else. And I feel everybody has a story. Everybody has unique gifts and capabilities that they can offer to somebody else once they tap into their truest self, right? If you're on the path where you're being purpose driven, and you're ultimately looking to fulfill something in your life that you feel can be of service to somebody else, that gives you an opportunity to potentially start a business. Now, entrepreneurship is not for everybody, but when you know more about yourself and when you understand more about business, you have the potential to potentially offer something and start something. And I'm big on just offering things of value, right? Now, everybody can say they own a business and start a business and, claim themselves to be an entrepreneur, but value is one of the most important things to me. And not only just value, but your brand, what it is that you're building, what it is that you're creating, how are you looking to serve the community that you're looking to navigate in, right? And so through educating yourself, through learning more, that gives you the ability to really be more impactful when it comes to starting your business. So those are three areas that you can really impact and influence when it relates to education: scaling your company, advancing your career, starting a business.
All right, cool. And then I'm gonna knock out the last three. So the next one is a better chance to improve your finances. So like this is a fact. You can go look it up, right? So like college graduates on average make about $21,000 more per year than non-college graduates. And now that's an average, which averages are always heavily skewed, right? Like if you look at the median, which I didn't look up, it will probably give a truer representation because I'm pretty sure that gap is a lot wider. But to go back to Ced's point about advancing in your career, right? Advancing in your career also comes with bigger paydays, bigger salaries, right? Or even starting your own business and being in control of, you know what I mean, your finances and how much money you make and pay yourself. But the more you know, the more valuable you become, the less the harder it is to replace you, which means you can demand more money, right? When you provide a high level of service and a skill in a particular area, that's and it don't even necessarily got to be heavily sought after. You know what I mean? It can be a very niche market, but you're just very good at it. And when people need that thing, they come to you for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But very important. So definitely helps to improve your finances. It makes a lot more make you a lot more money by focusing on your education. The next step is a better chance to expand your skill set, right? So again, by focusing on your education, you can fill in the gaps in areas where you may not necessarily be strong, right? Like you may be a great leader, you may be great at motivating people, you know, you may be great at
Time
you may
management.
have very good, you know, vision and time management, but maybe you're not as strong on the books and finances, right? Maybe you're not as strong with technology or something. You know what I mean? A aspect of which I'll speak from an entrepreneur's perspective, like an aspect of your business, right? So continue to educate yourself, and you don't necessarily got to become an expert, but know enough where when you hire somebody and you talk to them about it, you're knowledgeable. You know what's going on, like you understand it. You know what I mean? You don't got to be an expert by all means, but
Right.
make
Just
sure
know how
that
to
you're
speak the
expanding.
language.
Yeah, make sure you can speak their language. That's a good way to put it. Make sure you can speak their language and that you have an understanding of every aspect of your business in
Right.
some regard. You know what I mean? But continue to try to fill in those blanks, right? If there's something that, you know, a conversation comes up and you get uncomfortable, you really don't know about it, don't take that as a negative. Take that as a positive. Like, you want to know what, this is something that I can go learn about. This is something that I can go like strengthen myself on, and this would be beneficial to me. You know what I mean? So again, gives you an opportunity, a better chance to expand your skill set. And then last but not least is a better chance to further your well-being, right? So when you think about well-being, when I hear well-being, I think about health, right? But it's not necessarily just health. It's just your life. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely. Your
your
state of mind.
family, your state of mind, your mental health. You know what I mean? All of those things. Just the more you know, the more you grow. You know, the more you focus on your fitness and your health and your mental health and your just overall well-being. You know what I mean? It just puts you in a better state. And don't quote me on this, but I want to say that there's something along the lines of um, like smarter people tend to be healthier. You know what I mean? Like I swear I've seen that somewhere.
Right, sir.
Don't quote me on that though. We ain't gonna quote that one. But I swear I've seen that somewhere, which would make sense though. You know what I mean? It actually will make a lot of sense. Make smarter decisions and pay attention
Pay attention
to
to
more
certain
things.
things.
You know that they eat and certain things like that. But yeah, it gives you a chance to better further your well being. And then cool. If you want to hit them with the final thoughts, said, and then we can
Absolutely.
wrap it up.
So, final thought: opportunity is available to those who have the desire to educate themselves. Utilize available resources to be in the best position to progress and reach your fullest potential. So, as we've been saying throughout this whole uh, live, you know, educate yourself. Learn more about the things that interest you, that you're passionate about, that drive you, that motivate you. Learn more about the things that are going to allow you to advance within your career, that are going to allow you to become a better person. I mean, there are books on all sorts of different topics, right? And so whatever it is that you're feeling, or whatever it is that you're thinking, or whatever it is that you find it more challenging to express, it could be an array of different things. Learn about it. You know what I'm saying? And through that learning, it allows you to educate yourself. But most importantly, like we were saying, the more you know, the more you grow. But in addition to that, the more you can give, right? And so it goes into that idea of learning everything that you can and sharing everything that you know. You know what I'm saying? The more that you learn about whatever it is that you're interested in and that you're passionate about, I believe there's a responsibility of service to offer that information to somebody else, to encourage them, to have them embrace that idea of elevating or enriching their mind and their thoughts and their processes, right? Because I believe at the end of the day, when it comes to learning and education, is going to improve a few things. One is going to be your mindset. Another thing is going to improve is going to be your methods and the way that you do certain things. And then another thing is going to also improve is just your motivation. What motivates you? What inspires you? What influences you to keep going? So between those three things, right, learning is going to influence that. Your mindset, your motivation, your methods. And when you bring all those three things together, that makes a more complete person, right? And then you can effectively go and attack your education. You can go effectively and attack that promotion that you want. You can go and effectively attack, the performance that you're looking to give in certain different areas. So that's the importance of education, right? Because it offers so many different opportunities to you. It allows you to progress and reach your fullest potential as a person, but it also allows you to be someone who's giving and can really provide beneficial insights that are going to allow other folks to grow and to become the best version of themselves as well too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
as you, Eric, as you and I always talk about, you know what I'm saying, we're here to serve people. You know what I'm saying? And we're just using our experiences, things that we've learned, things that we've educated ourselves about, and just simply sharing this information, which is what Keep It Thorough is all about. You know what I'm saying? Sharing
Yeah,
information to
100%.
influence
Keeping it thorough, keeping it
and
real,
go from
keeping it
there.
funky, feeding it to you straight. And I verified what I was saying, and I'm right. Is
Okay.
those with higher IQs live longer, and they are less likely to experience negative life events such as bankruptcy and various other things, which also has a very negative things like bankruptcy has a very negative impact on like your mental health, which can affect your physical health as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and there's various Live Science, Scientific American, like bunch of very reputable places that are validating that. So I was right. I wasn't tripping. But yeah, good episode, man. I think it's important to kind of take away. I think when a lot of people hear education, they think school, 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 and like strip that away. Get rid of that. You know what I mean? Because yes, it does also include school, but you adapting and learning how to be a better father with your newborn that becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. That's continued education. Learning
Right.
how to be a better person, because not only is that helping you to become a better parent, but it's helping you to become more patient, more understanding. You're learning about yourself through I look at my children as my heart beating outside my body. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm learning about myself, you know what I mean, through these two little dudes. But and in a relationship, you learn, compassion and sacrifices and empathy and just whatever. All of those things are learning and is education.
You're being educated through experience. You know
Exactly.
what I'm
So
saying?
like
That's what it comes
it's
down
not
to.
just oh, go sit in the school and read a book. Like no. And that's why it continues well after that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And you should continue to embrace it and seek the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important.
Absolutely.
And really, I think that's the difference, right? Between those who are, you know, educated and successful versus those who are unsuccessful and not as educated. Those who are educated and successful are continuing to seek knowledge. You know what I mean? Whereas those who don't just live day to day, no plans, uh, you know, you get in what you get out what you put in. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
But we appreciate y'all as always. 34 episodes strong. Again, a lot of things coming. I'm almost tired of saying it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep saying it because it's the reality. But for everybody who tuned in live, everybody who go back and watch the episode, we greatly
We
appreciate
appreciate y'all for sure.
you. And as always, check the link in the bio. You'll be able to go look back through all of the previous kits and check out our Instagram page, and you can go and watch back through all the lives. But until next time, if you don't do nothing else, keep it thorough.
Keep it
We
thorough.
holler at y'all next time.
Peace.